Hello. I think Andale is dreaming again. I can't see her and I'm in that field again. I'm still not sure if the sky is moving or if I am, but the colors are as beautiful as they were before. The ground is rumbling under my paws, and somewhere I can hear Andale sleeping. It felt strange going anywhere without Andale, but I could feel her, just a little bit everywhere. Maybe if I explored this place, I might find something to wake her up, or help her worried heart. It was nice here, but it would be nicer if Andale could see it with me. The grass felt soft against my paws as I moved forwards. I wasn't sure where I was going, but it seemed like a good direction. The wind ruffled my fur as I walked through Andale's dream. It felt a bit strange, but good strange. I'm still getting used to feeling things. I'm not sure how long I was walking. It felt like a long time, but at the same time, it didn't. There wasn't much to see, just grass in all directions, stretching until it met the sky. The world seemed empty. I wondered where the man who smelled of smoke might be. He was the only other person I'd ever seen here, and the only other person I'd ever talked to, besides Andale. I was still curious about him. I wanted to know who he was and why he was here, but I didn't find him. It would have been nice to have some company. I've only been alone one other time, and that wasn't for long. I don't think I'm very good at being alone. I walked for a little while longer before I noticed something in the grass. Something moving. In the grass, strange things moved. They looked like little rabbits, but they were smaller, not much bigger than a paw. They wore clothes, little pants and shirts with no sleeves. They didn't have arms. With their ears, they carried all kinds of things. Nuts and bolts and strange objects I didn't recognize. Hello? They looked at me strangely, like they'd never seen a dog before. But then, I'd never seen them before, so I suppose that could be true. They only looked for a moment before they started moving again. They were the first things I'd ever seen in Andale's dream besides me or the man who smelled of smoke, so I decided to follow them. I followed the rabbits without arms through the changing world. Sometimes the grass and the sky made it seem like we weren't moving at all. I wondered if maybe the world was a giant ball. I like those, but if you tried to walk on one, it would just keep spinning beneath your paws, and you'd never get anywhere. And that was no way for a world to be. I didn't like that thought. Eventually we came to a field of flowers, all shaped in a giant circle. In the middle stood 3 men, but they weren't men. Not exactly. They didn't move, and they didn't look like normal people do. They were shiny and wore funny clothes. They seemed too still, like one of Andale's toys left in the corner. The rabbits in clothes put nuts and bolts at their feet, and then sat down, almost like they were waiting. One of them stopped at my feet and looked up at me with large, dark eyes. It tapped my leg with its nose, then nodded towards something sticking out of the flowers. When I looked confused, it did it again, then hopped towards it. I followed and looked more closely. A lever! You want me to press that? I didn't know what else to do, so I did what the rabbit wanted. I leaned forwards, grabbed the lever in my mouth, and pulled. The men who looked like toys began to move. One held a guitar, and he started to play.
but you did. Yes, you did. You didn't have to say my name, ignite my circuits and start a flame, but you did. Oh, the turpentine erased me whole. Who don't want to live my life alone? Who was waiting for you all my life? Set me free, my honey bee. Ever seen, but you did. Yes, you did. You didn't have to offer your hand, 'cause since I've kissed it, I am at your command. But you did. Oh, a turpentine erased me whole. Who don't want to live my life alone? Well, I was waiting for you all my life. Set me free, my honey bee. To know you, how I find myself without you. That I'll never know. That I'll never know. I let myself go. I let myself go. Hello, goodbye, I'm rather crazy, and I never thought I was crazy. But what do I know? What do I know? I let myself go. I let myself go. Ooh, honey to know you, how I find myself without you. That I'll never know. Only I let myself go. Hello, goodbye, I'm rather crazy, and I never thought I was crazy. But what do I know? What do I know? I let myself go. Goodbye, it was nice to know you. How I find myself without you. Hello, goodbye, I'm rather crazy, and I never thought I was crazy. Hello, goodbye, it was nice to know you. How I find myself without you. Hello, goodbye, I'm rather crazy, and I never thought I was crazy.
The rabbits without arms enjoyed the song. I did too, but I thought it was kind of sad. The strange metal men slowly went back to being still. Too still. And the field of flowers was quiet again. The rabbits turned to me, and I think they wanted me to pull the lever again. but I didn't really want to.
Oh, that's just wonderful! Now you've got that blasted song stuck in their heads! They'll be useless to me for hours!
There was a man behind me, but he wasn't the man who smelled of smoke. He looked a lot stranger. He was built like a toothbrush, skinny with hard-looking hair on the top of his head. He wore a white coat and glasses that made him look like a fly. He bent over and I could see my reflection in those glasses. I don't think I've ever seen my reflection. I kind of just know what I look like. It was strange. Who are you?
I believe I should be asking those questions. Or I would, but I know who you are, so I needn't do so. Yes. Domestic canine. Obviously tupleristic in origin, come to aid the subject in hopes to attenuate extramural stressors weighing on the latent ego.
I'm... what?
You are a friend of the World Makers, yes?
The World Maker. Andale! Yes! Yes, I'm her friend! Do you know her?
I should say so. Everything here knows her as sure as you know the sky and the ground and the trees. As for your earlier question about who I am, the easiest way for you to comprehend who I am is a man of science. I made the robots you so rudely activated.
Made them? That's amazing! Are you a wizard? What's a robot?
I am not a wizard. Nothing so simple as that. The closest I'd get to a wizard is perhaps an alchemist.
An alka what?
Never mind. Is scientist more comfortable to you?
Well, I suppose. I like wizard better.
Well, I am not a wizard, and most technically I am not a scientist, nor truly an alchemist. What I truly am is
An Alchizard!
What?
I'm sorry. It's just... those words are really big, so they have funny parts. I put them together. It sounds nice that way.
Ah, very well. I'm an Alchizard, if you must. Don't look so pleased with yourself. Stop that tail wagging.
Oh, sorry again. I just don't get to name things often. I got excited. Can I ask why you made those men?
I was trying to study love.
Study love? Is that a thing you can study?
You can study anything, Canine.
Canine? My name is Blanc.
Well, you get to call me what you wish, so I get to call you what I wish. It is as simple as that.
Well, okay. I'm not sure I like the name Canine. But if you like it, that's all right. Can I ask why you want to study love?
To learn about loss.
Loss? But love isn't loss. It's the opposite.
That is where you're wrong, my Canine. Do you see the robots behind you?
Yes?
Well, I created them with the idea that they were in love. But I never created an object for them to desire. I gave them memories of a person and filled their hearts, but I never created the person with whom it was filled.
That sounds cruel.
It is, in a way, but science is not emotion, it is facts and logic, figures and fractions. Would you rather I study a real person, or create men whom I can shut on and off at will?
Well, I suppose...
Exactly. You see, after I made them, they marched here to meet their love. And they will not move, not through any power known to this world. That lever grew from the flowers. They hope one day that their love will pull it and they will be whole. It will never happen, of course, but they do not know it. Do you see how love is lost now?
Well, not exactly. I mean, that's very sad, but...
Well, let me put it this way. You love the World Maker, do you not?
Andale? Yes! Yes, very much. I'd do anything for her.
Exactly, but what if she were to suddenly cease?
Cease? What do you mean?
To stop being, to no longer be near you, to leave you alone.
That would never happen!
Well, Canine, nothing lasts forever. It is the simple law of the universe. Even in the word maker's own creation, there is entropy. All things end. If Andale were to end, to cease to be in the way that you know her, how would that make you feel?
Well, I would feel awful. Terrible. I couldn't imagine anything worse.
Exactly. And that is because you love her. Love is loss, Canine. One cannot study love without loss. They are as tight as the moon and the sun in the sky. By letting something into your heart, you also let in its loss. Imagine, if you will, that loss is a physical part of something you love, a big part, and it was tied to a great string, always tied. One day, as must happen to all things, the string is pulled, and part of what you once adored is ripped away, leaving only a small portion, memories and flashbulbs of a thing you once adored, gone forever.
Stop. I don't like this thought.
Why? It is simply facts. This is the realm I deal in, and it is as certain as... Look, I only tell you this because I know you are here to help. That is a fact as sure as loss is with love. You want to help heal the wordmaker's heart, do you not?
Of course.
Then first, you must understand how a heart works. And it seems we have run out of time. We must part ways for now, Canine, but go in the knowledge you have gained. I know it is heavy, and I hope you will one day forgive me for giving it to you.
Forgive you? What do you mean?
You'll find out in time. I must return to my experiments. Goodbye.
Andale woke up after that. Her parents left as the sun filtered through the windows and slowly lit up the room. Andale got up and walked to the door. I stayed on the bed thinking. I didn't like the Alchizard's words, but I think I understood them. At least, I think I did. Why did hearts have to be such complicated things? I sighed, but my ears perked as I heard Andale call my name. It's hard to stay sad when she needs me. I perked up my ears, wagged my tail, and hopped off the bed. Andale asked me if I was okay. I think the same way I can feel what she feels, she can feel what I do. But I said I was fine, and I think she believed me. Anyway, we walked to the kitchen and started the day.
This has been a production of Universe in the Box. Stray Me is written by S. Anon and Ellerby J. Blanc is voiced by R. Andam. The Alchizard was voiced by Fabrizio Baldini. The song Honeybee belongs to Steam Powered Giraffe. You can check out more of their work at steampoweredgiraffe.com. All original music was written by Trevor Hamer. Soundtrack available at trevorhamer.bandcamp.com. We would like to thank all of you for a wonderful year of Stray Me. Things are only as real as you make them, so thank you so much for making this year as real as possible. Special thanks to Amelia Hart, Adrian Cordero, Kalia Burnett, and Richard Creekstone, all donors in our Christmas for Canines fundraiser. If you'd like to find out more and help us raise money to make sure no pets are homeless for the holidays, check out our website at universeinthebox.com. And please, consider donating. Once again, thanks for making this year great. May your holidays be bright and your friends close at hand, invisible or otherwise.